Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to another house building video. In this one I am building a modern base game starter home, so everything you might need when you start a game. Even if you have no expansion packs, you can use this house, and I will try to keep it into the budget of 20,000, but I didn't want it to look too boring, so I did decorate a lot, maybe a little too much, because the inside isn't decorated yet. In this video I'm only going to be building the outside, and as of right now I am within the budget of a starter home, but I don't have much money left, so we will have to see if I actually can achieve the starter home thing in the next episode. I'm very sorry if I can't, but it will definitely be around the starter home price. And I think in the next part I will decorate the house until the price of a starter home, with everything you might need, with all the cheap stuff basically. Trying to keep it into the budget, maybe removing some stuff, and then I will upload that to the gallery if you want a starter home. And if you don't want a starter home, I will continue decorating after that, without a budget, and just keeping it not too extreme, but adding a little more stuff, making some stuff a bit more expensive, and maybe a bit more pretty looking, or have some more decorations around the house, maybe some paintings or things like that, and then I will upload the more expensive version onto the gallery too. But that's all for next episode. In this one we're just creating the general shape of the house and the garden and everything. I really wanted to build a modern house. I am really enjoying building modern houses. I'm not sure why specifically. I just think, I don't know, I haven't really seen many modern starter homes. They're mostly like a more traditional sort of style, or whatever. Like, there's so many styles of houses, but not really. I don't know, maybe I just haven't looked hard enough, but most of the time I don't really see modern starter homes, so I wanted to make one, in case you might need one somewhere along in your Sims 4 experience. What a weird way to explain that. Doing voiceovers has become much more easy for me, although I'm kind of fading right now. But usually I only record for like a couple of minutes and then I stop. But I've noticed the last couple of days that I have recorded for like 60 minutes straight, no pausing, no editing anything out, just like 60 minutes straight, just talking. And maybe that's because my English is better, maybe I just know more what to say, maybe I just had good days the last couple of days. Apparently today is not one, because I am struggling with words, but maybe I'm sort of jinxing myself by telling you about my improved voiceover abilities. I feel like there's some elements that I always use in my modern houses. First of all, I like using color. As you can see, I have the orange right now. But this house might be an exception, because I actually ended up using more neutral tones instead of bright, colorful colors. Obviously. Wallpaper, I guess. Also, I like using a lot of balconies. I don't know. I don't really usually do that in my other builds, but for my modern houses, I really like using balconies. Not that I've built many, but like I've built more in my own time than I have on my channel. And also the roofs. I always use the half roofs. I don't know what their name is, like their actual name, but you'll see in the end that I only use one roof type, so you know what I'm talking about. Glass, a lot of glass. Windows, so many windows. I think modern houses, like the best thing about modern houses is that they let in so much light. Like a big trend for like more futuristic and modern houses is just having only glass walls and things like that. So many windows, which is one of my favorite things about modern houses. I think that will be the deciding factor if I do have enough money to buy my own house and want to move out, which I don't right now. I'm fine here. But anyway, if I do want to move one day, I mean obviously everyone, almost everyone moves out of the parents' house at some point. I think the most deciding factor on whether I want a traditional house, unlike an old house, or a modern house, will probably be the light, the amount of light that goes into a modern house. Obviously, like, money is a thing, so that will probably be in like the first half of my life. Or maybe my entire life. I don't know how much money I'm going to make in the end. But let's say money wasn't an issue. I think I'd go with the modern house anyway, just because of the lights, and I really love big windows, and I don't know, it just feels so closed off when there's not enough windows in a house, and also high ceilings. I really like high ceilings. I don't know, I just like making rooms look bigger. That's why I always use like an open floor plan in my game too, in The Sims 2, because I just feel closed off very, very quickly. So I like open floor plans, lots of windows, high ceilings, but I've talked about this before, so I'm going to shut up now. Okay, so I just switched back to my like YouTube homepage for a second. I don't know why, but I guess I did. And can we talk about the glowing hot knife, 1000-degree knife thing? Like, how did that happen? I feel like everyone is now has that on their recommendation page, like literally everyone, and no one really knows where it came from. I think it's like one creator who did that, and honestly, I think it's a pretty cool idea, and you know, that guy or girl, whoever make those videos, good for you. I'm happy that worked out for you, but I am not the most interested in watching glowing knife, like hot knives going through things. I don't know, I don't know, it's like an interesting concept, but I don't want to watch that every single day, and now I see all of these creators doing that too, and I feel like that just goes a little too far. You know, when something is trending, like everyone starts doing it. Remember the 100 layer thing? Now, before I say anything, I am completely guilty of watching those videos, especially the Simply Nailogical one, the original one. Really funny video, great idea. Oh, I'm starting with the roof, by the way. Just so you know, I didn't know to fix it, so I changed the roof, and I think it looks better, so I'm glad I did. But it's sort of annoying that the roofs don't always work out so well. But yeah, the little explanation of what the hell was happening right there. But anyway, like, it was fun for a while, the 100 layer thing, and like, really good video from Christine from Simply Nailogical. One of the most hilarious videos I've ever watched. If you don't know what the original 100 layer was, go watch that, because it's amazing. Polish Mountain. But I think we took it a bit too far. Now obviously, like, some of them were really funny, and it was interesting to see what 100 layers of foundation looked like, or I don't know, but like, at some point, like, everyone is doing it, and I'm like, is this really original content if we're all doing it? And now I see the thing happening with the glowing knife thing, because I, like, looking at my homepage right now, I already see 2 hot knife glowing 1000-degree knife thing, with the exact same, literally exact same title, by 2 different creators who I believe are both not the original creator, and I'm like, do we really need to do that? Oh, here we go. There's the 3rd one on my recommendation page, and I think that's it, because there's lots and lots of Sims videos, obviously, but like, seriously, like 3 different videos with the exact same title. It's always like, experiment in caps, glowing 1000-degree knife in caps, versus, and then whatever it is. But I'm like, really? Because I feel like you're not the original creator, and are we all going to be stealing the thumbnail and the title? And I don't know. Maybe I'm guilty of this too, because like, I do Sims videos, and I'm not the first one who's doing Sims videos, but I feel like Sims people, I mean, we all do builds, but we all do different builds. Like, we show our own creativity through that. So it's really, like, it's an interesting debate to think about where the line is drawn for original content on YouTube. Obviously, almost everything is done right now. Like, whatever you want to see, it's probably already there. But you can add your own twist to it without completely stealing it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just on a high horse or something on this topic, because maybe I'm guilty as well for doing Sims videos or doing certain Let's Plays or challenges. I don't know. I don't feel like the Sims community really minds. Honestly, I don't even know. Like, some of those things are done so many times that I don't even know who the original creator is, which may be even worse than like the Disney Legacy Challenge is done so many times. The first one I personally saw on YouTube was by Fixella, who probably had a different name. Like, didn't she go through like 2 different name changes during the time that I watched her? I don't know. But that's the first like real Sims videos that I watched. That's what got me hooked on the whole Sims thing, which I'm really glad happened, because obviously I'm making Sims videos now. But I don't know. I feel like everyone puts their own spin on it, and when I see these videos, maybe I haven't like watched enough of them to see people putting their own spin on them, but I feel like it's just the same thing over and over and over. Now I'm just ranting about YouTube. Like, if we're going to start ranting about YouTube, I have some things to say, but I'm not going to, because that might be a little depressing. Okay, so back to the build. As you can see, I sort of finished the main structure of the house. I'm just working on the pillars, because the house is raised on a foundation, which means that the pillars don't actually reach the balcony. So I used the 9 key to raise them up a little, so they actually go to the balcony itself. And I put like 2 of them on the same spot. And I built a parking place with the toy houses, the kids' decoration toy toy cars that we have, and size them up so it looks like real cars. There's only like 2 cars that look realistic enough for to size it up and look like a real car. And one of them is like this black sort of generic car, I guess, and the other one is the pickup truck. I didn't really think that the pickup truck fitted with this house necessarily, but it looked even more weird to have like 2 of the exact same cars standing there in the little parking space. I kept the garden relatively simple. I really like how it looks. It looks very modern, I guess. It just has like a tiny bit for some flowers and plants and things like that. I need to keep it small and don't put too much of plants and flowers in there, because they can get really expensive, especially if you use like more than one. Because like 1 flower is only 45, but you usually use like, I don't know, 10 of those, which adds up to a bigger amount of money, and then it's hard to actually finish the house. But I did want some decoration. I also put in a pool, which so much money, I'm sorry, but it looks so good. So the only thing I did was just put some of those little bushes in there and lavender, and I don't know, fill up the space next to the house, because I didn't really want to use that for anything. It was too small to actually do something with that space, so I ended up just putting down some bushes that were pretty big, which is nice because that actually filled up the entire space. I just saw that I didn't put them far enough what? I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. And the last thing I'm doing is just adding in one of those little tables where there is some room. If I had some more money, it might have been like a lounge sort of set, even though there's not really something in the base game. But this video is almost over, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye!